Hello everybody, it's your boy Man, and this video comes in response to some of the comments I got from a Mr. Michael Bale Large 292. Super apologize if I actually butchered that pronunciation. Not bad. I will take fault on that one. And we got into a mildly heated discussion. Something I'm not proud to admit to, but I did it. It's there. It happened. About whether or not vlogging from your car is legal or not. He claims absolutely not. You cannot. It's definitely not. Definitely doesn't happen. You should not. He even tagged Ottawa Police at one point in our conversations, which at this point in time they still haven't replied to. I don't think they will. But our conversation went something along the lines like this.
Then he kind of got a little angry. So I admit, I kind of got a little angry.
Did you kill him?
What kind of fucking animal do you take me for? No, I didn't kill him.
Oh, fuck.
But I did do my research. And as I found out, it's actually not illegal to vlog from your phone on a mounted dashboard, providing a couple of details that I'm going to show in a few seconds. On an entirely different note, I would just like to inform you that I am not a lawyer. I do not provide anyone with legal counsel. This information I found was based on my own independent research and what I was actually able to Google through the Province of Ontario website, the Globe and Mail article I discussed, and then the other ones I had linked to. I actually found quite a bunch of them. I only used a couple for the purpose of this video. So as you can see, after a quick Google search, we're just going to click Province of Ontario and check out their rulings. The first bullet point that comes up is the use of phone or other handheld wireless communication devices to text or dial. You can only touch a device to call 911 in an emergency. Well, we're clearly not doing this, we are vlogging. Next is the use of a handheld electronic entertainment device such as a tablet or portable gaming console, which we are not using. The next one, and which might be the entire point of Michael's argument, is viewing display screens unrelated to driving, such as watching a video. Except he might not realize there is a back camera to every phone. This is the camera I use when I do my vlogging, and I can only take a look at my footage after I'm done said vlogging. So as it's written, so far we're in the clear. The last one is program a GPS device except by voice commands, something we're not doing anyway. The use of a securely mounted GPS and Bluetooth devices are already well known to be legal. And then the page continues on with other things that are not necessarily part of Ontario's distracted driving laws, however, can still be charged for careless driving. Next thing I found on Google is people who ask, can I record while driving? And so we find a nice little site here that says vlogging while driving is not illegal, and I believe this is for just the US. I go into the page, I actually take a look, and we go through some little details that the US has. It goes on to say, technically vlogging while driving is not illegal, but many states do have laws about cell phone use and distracted driving that vlogging can fall under, and depending on how you record yourself and manage the process. Now, we don't care too much about the US here in Canada. That being said, it's interesting to take a look at some of their guidelines and their laws and regulations and what they describe to be okay use of a cell phone and not okay. That being said, it really does appear that vlogging is a lot more to do with common sense. Now, like I said in the legal disclaimer before showing some of this footage, the rules and laws governed might vary from different places and areas. So far, so good on my end, so I do apologize, Michael, but I seem to be having a credible point here. But that being said, anyone who wishes to do vlogging and driving really does have to take a look at their own laws from where they're at and follow those guidelines to a T. And as always, the biggest, most important point, safety first. You must be doing this in a safe manner, and maybe I might even do a video showing how I do it myself. Next up is the Canada Drives LTD page. Scrolling through, an interesting fact I seen is that in 2008, every province and territory, with the exception of Nunavut, banned the use of cell phones while driving. Now, whether that's in effect to this day, please check your local laws if you're up in Nunavut. Now let's take a look at some of the examples of distracted driving that they use here. The use of cell phone for talking, texting, and browsing the web, something we're clearly not doing, programming a GPS, reading a map or book, watching videos. Eating and drinking actually always gets me, and smoking and vaping is actually interesting because you see people smoke and vape all the time on the highway. I don't understand the people that do grooming while driving, but adjusting the radio, listening to loud music, and chatting with passengers is interesting. So if you have a chatty passenger, tell them to shut up.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Next up is an article I found from the Globe and Mail while doing the Google search, and does live streaming while driving count as distracted driving? Now, Sergeant Aaron Rode says if you're holding your phone while driving, it is illegal. He then goes on to say you can set up the phone on a mount and record yourself while driving as long as the phone and video device was mounted and set up before you started driving, which is very applicable here. The article goes on to say even in British Columbia, even if the phone is mounted to a holder, you can't touch it while driving. That means you can't start and stop recordings unless the car is parked. This is something I do regularly anyway. I think that kind of brings our discussion to a close. I found out some interesting things I actually didn't know that I had just presumed. Much like you probably had just presumed that it's an automatic no to not be able to use your phone for vlogging, which I originally thought was a little bit off because, let's be honest, most people in their vehicles nowadays actually use a dash cam. And I've heard before that you're able to use your phone for a dash cam, which is why I thought this was actually originally okay. But now that we've actually done the research and actually looked into the laws, not only in Ontario, but in different parts of North America, hopefully this satisfies your answer.